So here we are on the AT, somewhere in either Connecticut, Massachusetts, possibly Vermont. Got Dougie Venzo behind me, Frank the Navigator in the front, Ruff is up there. Left the truck about 3 hours ago, and we seem to be heading back towards the truck again. We've done about 6 miles without really ever going more than a mile past where we left the truck. We've done some northbound, some southbound. We think maybe some east and westbound also. And fortunately, most of it was uphill. And we'll edit all this nicely. So we'll talk to you in a couple of hours when we're... All right, I have no idea if you can see me in this thing, but we're near the water, as you can see. It's been about 6 more hours. All right, there's Frank heading into Massachusetts. I know you may be wondering why it's taken us so long to get back to the state we started in, but we did a couple of figure eights, and now we're back. So I think we're on the top of Laurel Ridge or something like that, or Mount Race. Probably Massachusetts, maybe Rhode Island. Could be in Canada.
Vermont.
Since we last spoke, yes, we did get lost again. Blew by the trail by about a half a mile. And got back on the trail, and we think, most of the way up to the top of Mount Race, which is a gradual climb, as the volunteers told us that we're working on the trail. So we've got the rest of that, and then Mount Everett, not to be confused with Mount Everest, but it may feel that way, so we'll check in then.
Forever, but we lost that.
So this is maybe about the third update where I said we were on Mount Race.
Hey.
Hi.
Again.
How are you?
Good. So,
Good. Good.
That's where we are on the green paper.
There we are right
We're
here.
right near his finger.
And then this is a steep downhill. There'll be a campsite on our right, over by Race Brook. And then when we go to Mount Everett, see how it's a steep uphill at Mount Everett?
Yeah.
You know? So we
Yeah.
got a little bit of a real walk to do. And then we start a decline. A descent, I mean.
I don't know if you folks back home watching this believe a word he just said, but I don't. And Doug here has had his chance navigating and hasn't done that well.
I haven't been at the front yet, though.
But the view from potentially the top of Mount Race is spectacular.
This must be the P area over here.
So nice ridge walk here on Mount Race. It's like a bit of a traffic jam, but look at this. Unbelievable. Still on the Mount Race ridge, we think. And this is a pretty amazing sight. Just amazing. Not so much right there. That's where we came out of. We'll take you on a little of the ridge walk. Not too steep here. Probably moving along at about 6 miles an hour. You can't see it on the camera, but we're flying. So I don't know how long we stay out here on this exposed cliff, but it's way cool. I'm guessing we're going up there. So once again I lied when I said we were at the top of Mount Race. We've been at the top of Mount Race about a dozen times. So back into the green tunnel. So we think somewhat close to the summit of Mount Everett. Not Mount Everest, which is what it feels like to us. Here comes Frank. Frank was just jogging a minute ago. He's actually slowed down to probably have a heart attack. But spectacular view, and the climb to the summit of Mount Everett, or wherever we are, as close to the summit, was pretty tough. Wouldn't you agree?
I would absolutely agree with that.
So finally the summit of Mount Everett, 2,602 feet. Felt like 26,000 feet. We're here. We're about halfway through the hike. Hoping maybe a shade longer than that, more than that. But it's downhill from here, which sometimes sounds good, sometimes it's not. Really no views at the top here at this part of the summit. Rafa's holding up well. So, big change in the weather after we summited Mount Everett. Got pretty cool, and started to rain right around the time we took a lunch break. So we ate in the rain and filtered some water, and now we're heading back. I think we're a couple of miles from the Jeep at this point. Still pretty high up on the ridge from what we've been told. The last mile down to the Jeep is not pretty, and I might be able to show you why that is, because I think we have to get down there somewhere. I don't know how well you can see, but it appears to be quite a drop in elevation from where we are at. What do you think, Dougie?
Yeah, there's a little drop.
That's Frank. That's how Frank hikes with a phone in his hand. It's like hiking with Gordon Gekko.
I'm going to send off the beer.
Hopefully no more.